Williams.
All right, Jumaane.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a young black man from Brooklyn, but please don't be alarmed, I'm unarmed. I'm actually a council member for the city of New York. I'm happy to see the eclectic people behind me and who were here. I was happy to see the same thing this Saturday at a Stop Question and Frisk rally, and I was happy to see the rainbow flag of gay pride also, which means to the mayor and the commissioner, they have to be scared, because when we start getting together, we begin to realize that when it affects one, it affects all. So we're really tired now. Also, you know, I wish that he would stop playing with the numbers, because the numbers don't reflect what he wants to reflect. And even if it did, I remember when I read and understood that slavery was pretty good for the economy, but it was morally unconscionable. So even if it worked, it would be morally unconscionable. As we look at the numbers, there is no correlation, absolutely no correlation between homicide, shootings, and stop, question, and frisk. And I implore the media to look at these numbers. Even year over year, they've been touting now homicide, but you haven't heard them mention shootings, because the shootings are up. And shootings should be the marker that we're using, because we're talking about getting guns off of the streets. This is a huge problem. So you're violating people's rights, which is wrong, and the damn thing ain't even working. I heard President Jealous talking about all of the money that the mayor personally put in to make us believe how concerned he is about black and Latino young people. In the same breath, he's decimating the youth programs that we are saying are the answer to some of these issues. So I guess King Bloomberg taketh, and King Bloomberg taketh away. He giveth, and he taketh away. I believe that's what's going on. But this is systemic and systematic, Mr. Bloomberg. This is either accidental racism, incidental racism, or purposeful racism. You have to choose one. You can't decimate the programs that we are telling you is one of the answers to the problem, and then stop, question, and frisk 700,000 people, the majority of black, Latino, and the majority of them innocent, and say this is not. So I remember in the civil rights, I saw the sign, I am somebody. I want the mayor to be somebody. I want the commissioner to be somebody. Be a leader. Be an elected mayor. I said a mayor, not a dictator, not a despot. Listen to what the people are saying. Look at your own numbers. Be remembered for someone that changed this dynamic. Don't be remembered as an accidental racist. Don't be remembered as an incidental racist. Don't be remembered as a purposeful racist. Be remembered as someone who brought the city together, who looked at the numbers, who looked at the pain, and decided that they will be a leader. And historically, and I always have to say this crime is not new. If you go back decades and decades, the complexion of those who are committing the crime are new. All immigrants from all European countries came here, did not have the opportunities that they should have. And if you go back to the 40s and 30s and metropolises in the city, there were people doing anti-violence marches. There were people complaining about young people shooting other people. There were people complaining about young people shooting police officers. But they looked different than me. And the response was different. The response was there is a social injustice that needs to be righted. And they flooded those communities with resources. We are asking for the same thing. Why, when the complexion of the crime changes, you flood our community only with police officers? Now, no one here is against the NYPD. We are all in favor of better policing and safe streets. But the only answer is not the NYPD. We are giving you answers, and the commissioner dared to say we don't have the answers. Because you don't like the answers doesn't mean the answers don't exist. You cannot decimate these programs and then stop and frisk us. You're trying to fix in the back end what you screwed up on the front end. And people have been crying for a new commissioner. I'd be happy with the old Commissioner Kelly under Dinkins, who complained and complained about stop, question, and frisk, who said the real answer is community policing. Commissioner Keller, where are you now? Please, Commissioner Kelly, come back to the real world. Mayor Bloomberg, be remembered as a united, not an accidental, incidental, or purposeful racist. Thank you very much.